Systems and Diversity in Organizations by Samuel Acuna. What is the systems theory? The systems theory is like a living organism. Webster's dictionary defines an organism as follows: a complex structure of interdependent and subordinate elements whose relations and properties are largely determined by their function in the whole. Take the sunflower, for example. Without proper sunlight and water, it would not survive. It would wilt and die. However, it can be uprooted and placed into a pot of soil. It can adapt from the experience and live and grow from it. The systems theory, when applied to the business world, is much of the same. Without a strong customer base and profits, a company would die. Companies do in fact need certain aspects to survive and grow, and one of them is the ability to adapt with the changing times. Change with the times. Adaptation is key for any successful business to remain relevant and profitable. Many companies that have failed to change with the times are struggling in the market today. Some of the biggest businesses have come and gone because they failed to evolve. For example, look at the newspaper business. It was once not only a hot commodity, but also a necessary one, at least for anyone that wanted to stay informed. Over the past 30 years, technology has grown exponentially, and newspapers are just about obsolete. Many newspapers are fighting for what little relevancy they can manage against online sources. However, much of the younger generation would rather get their instant gratification news from social media websites such as Twitter and Facebook. Newspapers are viewed as yesterday's news. In a world that progresses as fast as this one, yesterday's news can seem like a lifetime ago. Open system versus closed system in the business world. Open system allows for contributions to enter and exit. It can lead to great collaboration. Can lead to adaptation and evolution of a company. Overall greater satisfaction from all contributing members. A closed system shuts itself off from the environment, does not make changes, does not allow for input from others, does not give itself a chance to evolve and survive. Intellectual diversity. This is the key to having a successful diversity in the business world. Unfortunately, it is something that gets lost when people are in companies look for diversity in the workplace. Many in the business world may feel that racial and gender diversity is enough to have an open system that is truly diverse. They are not wrong in thinking that those two are important, but perhaps it is intellectual diversity that brings the most complex diversity into a group or team. Why is intellectual diversity so important? It can bring anyone from any walk of life and background into the group organization. It will lead to a team having differences of opinion and will bring debate that will lead to a broader perspective. It can also lead to true innovation. This is why it's so important for a team to have intellectual diversity rather than just racial and gender diversity. It will lead to change and growth within any company or organization that truly possesses it. It may be hard to find employees that have different views, but it is worth it. So how can you measure a team's intellectual diversity? And our article from the Harvard Business Review answers that question with these great steps. Extroverted or introverted? Extroverts look to other people as their primary means of processing information. They quickly share ideas or problems with others for feedback. Introverts tend to process information internally before presenting the results to others. Sensing or intuitive? Sensing people prefer using facts and hard data to help them make decisions. Intuitive people tend to be more comfortable with big picture ideas and concepts. Thinking or feeling? Thinking people use logic in order to make the decisions. Feeling people are more attuned to emotional cues. Their decisions are guided by the values or relationships involved. Judging or perceiving? People who judge prefer having closure, with all those loose ends tied up, when managing tasks and making decisions. Those who perceive are more comfortable with openness and ambiguity. They often want to gather more data before making a final decision. Why does systems theory and diversity matter to everyone? Here's a picture of my wife and me on our wedding day. Before that day, and sadly after, I thought I was the perfect husband that had the best upbringing and family life. I could not even imagine someone who was more prepared for marriage than me. Like you might have guessed, I was wrong. I was not really as prepared as I thought I was. It led to a lot of conflict within my marriage, and something needed to change. The thing that I needed to adapt for our marriage to survive, and the thing that needed to change was me. I needed to evolve as a husband. This change was necessary and required me to look at my life and see what was most important in it. It didn't happen all in one day, week, month, or year. It took my sweet and patient wife to work with me and be very understanding of my little but vital progress. The change in me allowed for greater fulfillment in my life and greater happiness. The foundation that my marriage is built on today is strong. My marriage is better than ever. I am grateful for a wife that allowed me the chance to adapt and evolve into the husband that she so richly deserves. Spencer W. Kimball gave this wonderful advice how to make any marriage work. Love is like a flower, and like the body, it needs constant feeding. The moral body would soon be emancipated and die if there were no frequent feedings. The tender flower would wither and die without food and water. And so love, also, cannot be expected to last forever unless it is continually fed with portions of love, the manifestation of esteem and admiration, the expression of gratitude, and the consideration of unselfishness. Total unselfishness is sure to accomplish another factor in successful marriage. If one is forever seeking interests, comforts, and happiness of others, the love found in courtship is cemented in marriage, will grow into mighty proportions. Many couples permit their marriage to become stale and their love to grow cold like old bread or worn-out jokes or cold gravy. Certainly, the foods most vital for love are consideration, kindness, thoughtfulness, concern, expression of affection, embraces of appreciation, admiration, pride, companionship, confidence, faith, partnership, equality, and interdependence. We can be successful. Everyone can be successful, have a successful work life, relationship, business, or marriage if they apply the principles of an open system organization and diversity. Don't settle for where you are in life. Seek for new ways to improve and make your life better. Be like an open system and learn from others, even when they come from different point of view and disagree with you. You can find more common ground as you do this, as well as growth and progress. If everyone in the world today did this, there would be much less fighting and hatred. And here's my works cited for my 3 sources. Thank you.